I was on the last bus going down Willesden Lane one Wednesday night. I was going to stay with a friend that way. I was
upstairs looking down on the street below
when I heard this awful coughing. So I looked round. The woman who knew, all about those wasps and all that. It's becoming a habit, isn't it? Don't be funny, she says. I'm sorry. She didn't say anything, so I asked her myself. Well, what's bothering you? I said.
Oh. It's only a little thing.
Well, I'm not superstitious, she said. I don't believe in any of these things like horoscopes or fortune-telling, none of it. Neither do I said, but I used to have mice in my house. Oh, don't we all, I said. You actually want mice, I said. Look, I can do you a favour any time. I've never really said thank you for telling me those stories, she said. No. Of course not, I said, but, if you want a couple of mice, don't worry, I can get some for you. Don't tell me. I can't stand it. Funny, I thought. Something very strange must have happened to her. I didn't say that to her, though. Instead, I said, so you don't want any new mice, then? Wouldn't make any difference to me now. She said she'd do it, but I couldn't stop myself. I had to. You know how it is. Someone says to you, you can have what you like so long as you keep your eyes shut. You shut your eyes, you wait, and before you know, you stop myself. I had to. You know how it is. Someone says to you, you can have what you like so long as you keep your eyes shut. You shut your eyes, you wait, and before you know, you've done it. You're peeping. Whatever you do, don't watch me, or you'll be cursed by the picture of it in your mind till your dying day. And she was right. I used to suffer from mice, she told me. I'm not scared of them like some folks are. I don't mind looking at them. I don't mind seeing them. It's the ones... snap shut so hard that, I could break your finger while you're seeing them. And anyway, I can never be sure that leaving bits of Kit Kat about doesn't attract them. All the others come for a bit, all right, and they don't get caught, do they? So I got the cake catcher in. He put little rat trays all round full of what looked like lice. She said, dead lice. The mice will eat this poison, he said, and they'll just keel over and die until their whole lot cop it. Well, I don't know if he has better luck elsewhere or what, but...
my mice weren't fooled.
They must have taken one look at them little trays and said to each other, there's your here's William, he was a nice enough fella, that rat catcher. Is that, like you would bugs and flies, mice have got ways of telling each other what's going on. So how did you get rid of them? I said to the Bakerloo flea woman. Look, come on, tell me. If you're going to tell me, tell me. If not, forget it. Don't push it, son, she says. Everybody round our way knows Mrs. Kent. Someone said to me, if you got mice, go see Mrs. Kent. She'll fix them for you. So, because all else had failed, so one day, not long after my Superman and his little trays had come, and I was finding their trails of doings on my draining board, I saw our Mrs. Kent coming down the road. I started in on her, direct. A couple of days later, 11:30 at night, I'm just unplugging my telly, going off to bed when it comes at the door. Now remember, I was on this bus late at night, and here was the Bakerloo flea woman. It was as if the woman I didn't know was pointing her finger at me through the arm and finger of the woman I did know. I shut the door, leaving her my kitchen, she told me. But something drew me back to that door. I turned, got down on my knees, and there I was like some peeping Tom, peering through the keyhole. In the end, she comes to a hole between the boards and the skirting, and straightway she's laying down the loaf a little way back from the hole with the blade of the knife sticking out. Next thing, she takes my chair and sets it down a little way back from the loaf and knife. Only the lights from the street shone in, and there she sat, staring at the loaf and knife, and beyond it, the wall, for what seemed like a lifetime, until all of a sudden, there was a little sound. Scrape, out of the hole came a mouse. It came, slow, careful, sniffing up the blade of the knife. It come in, careful, sniffing its way up to the blade. And when it got to the blade, it ran its whiskers along the length of the blade, scarcely daring to breathe. My eye stuck to that keyhole. Then, all of a sudden, for a third time, comes a mouse, maybe the same mouse. It came as if its back legs were holding it back. They were fighting to stay put, but its front legs were pulling it on. There was a real struggle going on inside that mouse, coming faster than it was going, digging its back legs in with its front legs, pulling.
Got to the blade.
At that, old Mrs. Kent, she got up, she took a cloth and paper bag, pulled the knife out of the loaf, snapped the blade shut, put the knife in the bag and put the loaf in the bag. She got up, turned, and came towards the door. And still, I couldn't tear myself away. She opens the door, and there I am, still on my knees. And I am. I just have, she said. I feel
Easying myself for the first time since I seen the whole business of the loaf and knife because I've just told you all that happened.
now it will live with you for the rest of your life and torment you like it did me till you find a way to get rid of it. And that was that. She left me there. I was 4 or 5 stops past my stop on the last bus, and I had to walk back over a mile through the dark streets, thinking about what she said. It'll live with you like it did me till you find a way to get rid of it. And I found myself thinking, yeah, but how? How can I get rid of it?